Howdy folks, George Shively, South Shore Marine Electronics with you here. We are on a 2006 320 Boston Whaler that we're in the process of trying to establish some kind of baseline on. This is a new boat for the owner. Used boat, but new boat. And we're going to be putting a whole plethora of equipment on it. New Garmin 8212, a Furuno NavNet VX2 system for radar. Can't beat a Furuno radar. It is just the end-all be-all as far as radar goes. So we've got the helm taken apart right now, as you can see. The overhead box is taken apart, switch panel for the overhead box. I wanted to show you something here real quick. That is something we found here. If you look inside, we're down inside the compartment here, where the head is. This is a power wire for one of the Garmin devices. As you can see, there's a red and a black. And as you proceed up that wire, we go to two reds. There's not a tracer on it. There's nothing. It's just two reds. This is the kind of thing that you find on boats that is just completely and totally wrong, which is why we want to establish some kind of baseline here so that, going forward, from a service standpoint, we've got a real reliable system. So just kind of wanted to show you that. We've got all the openings egressed here, so we'll be back with you when we have more to show you. Stand by. Howdy folks, George back with you here. Those two red wires that I showed you, as you can see when we get into the fuse panel here, someone has taken the red wire, wrapped black electrical tape around it, and that's how they've signified what is ground. I mean, folks, come on. Really? I mean, when you see this kind of thing on a boat, it's a telltale sign of what else are you going to find. So just want to show you that real quick. Folks, George Shively back with you here. I wanted to show you something we ran into on the electrical panel, the DC electrical panel. The horn wasn't working, and I traced that back to the electrical panel. I thought initially that might just be a bad horn, but as it turned out, the DC electrical panel where all the breakers was pretty corroded. If you look at this here, you can tell that the bus bars that connect all of the hot sides of the circuit breakers was just corroded, black, green, just real kind of ugly stuff going on. So what we're doing is we're taking to the old bench grinder here, and we're cleaning all of these up one at a time so that they're nice and shiny and not black and green, and that's going to give a nice current flow back to the DC devices on the boat. So just kind of want to show you one of the things we sometimes run into on boats that have been in salt water. This boat's 8 years old, 9 years old, and this is the kind of stuff you run into. The corrosion just really runs rampant, and many times when something's not working, this is why. So just want to touch bases with you real quick and show you some of the things we're working on. Be back. Howdy folks, George Shively, South Shore Marine Electronics back with you here. I want to show you kind of what we're doing here on this electrical panel. Excuse me. As you can see, this area up in here is just black, it's green, it's corroded, it's ugly. Even where the connections get made, the connections themselves are green, the point on the circuit breaker is green. It's a mess. So we took this home over the weekend, cleaned up the copper main bus strip. It's in good shape. But now what we're doing is we're taking a Dremel, and each one of the connections for the load side of the circuit breaker is being cleaned with a Dremel. The screws being cleaned, the washers being replaced or cleaned, and then being put back together. And you can kind of bet your bottom dollar that if this is what we're seeing here, what are we going to see on the back of your main battery switches here? So this is really important because you can dress up the outside of the boat as much as you want, but the infrastructure's got to be solid before any of that will work properly. And this all came to light when we found that the horn wasn't working. I figured, well, maybe the horn was shot. That's an inexpensive item, but this is where the problem was. There wasn't power getting to it because of the level of corrosion. So just kind of want to show you what we're working on. Thanks very much for tuning in. Howdy folks, George Shively, South Shore Marine Electronics with you, still in the midst of the 320 Boston Whaler, 2006 320 Boston Whaler. I want to show you what we ran into here. Jessica, my venerable assistant, accidentally hit the windlass control, which was actually a good thing, because then we come to find out that the windlass control is only working in one direction. And as you can probably tell here, or maybe not, if you look at the connections there, they're green. So they're pretty ugly, and all those need to be taken apart, cleaned, and hopefully by doing that, the unit will once again start to work as it should. So still working on the 320, getting a lot of wiring done, cleaning things up, pulling wires. So we'll be back soon. Thank you. George Shively back with you here. I'm not sure if you can see this, but we're in the process of wiring up the connector here, power stereo wire connector, speaker wire connector for the stereo. A lot of times what you'll see on here is butt connectors, and that's fine sometimes, but where we're going inside of this mass of wiring that we've got inside of here, right here is our GCB10. If we go back, we're looking at our Meteor 300. We've got our wiring for the 8212. We've got the wiring for the 1954 VX1 radar that the customer supplied. Again, our NEMA 2000 network with the quick power drop to supply power to all the devices. The last thing you want to have in a situation like this is a butt type connector which fails. So what we've done is we've gone ahead and soldered all of these so that they'll never fail, and then what we've got here is heat shrink tubing which will slide over there, and this will never fail. We'll never have an intermittent, we'll never have one speaker working sometimes and another. It's just, it makes it a whole lot more permanent to solder and shrink wrap. It takes a little bit longer to do this obviously, but
howdy folks, George Shively, South Shore Marine Electronics with you here on a 2006 35 Boston Whaler. Just kind of want to give you the final look here. As you can see, we've got the LED lights going that are underneath the gunnels. We put two 4-foot strips underneath both the port and the starboard sides, and it really gives quite a nice look to the boat. We've got it on a routine right now where it's changing colors, but it can be a solid color, it can be really any color under the rainbow. So we've also got the LED lights on the top, just underneath the hard top there. Those can be red, green, or blue. So just kind of wanted to give you the idea of how that looks. It really dresses the boat up, and this is operated via an app on your smartphone, so you can actually be on your neighbor's boat controlling the lights on your boat. So it is quite impressive. Just kind of wanted to give you a quick show of how that looks, and we'll show you the rest of the gear that we put on here. Owner is well impressed with the Furuno radar, as should be, so we went ahead and put in a standalone Furuno VX1 radar. That's got a 6-foot open array. We can jump up on top here and I'll show you that. There's actually a 6-foot array up top, ACR 100, RCL 100D spotlight, and the XM antenna for both audio as well as other information, the top, the hard top. So downstairs here, we've got the Garmin 8212 on the port side for all this charting, and again, standalone radar on the starboard side. In the center there, we made up a small switch panel for his control of his amplifier levels. Went ahead and installed a Icon 506 VHF radio, Raymarine P70R autopilot. Control for the spotlight is right in the center there. Installed new speakers, JL Audio, 10-inch subs, one on the port side, one on the starboard side. What else did we do? Installed the torpedo cans for the aft speakers on the top. Going down here, I want to get my light here, so bear with me for just a moment. As you can see, the lights are still going. That lighting effect is really just
nothing really short of amazing. I want to kind of show you what we did downstairs as well, as far as our wiring, etc., because that's just about as important as anything else. So probably need to get some light down here. So as you can see here, inside the cabinet in the head area, it's where our DC panel is. You can see that everything's labeled so that we know what all the circuit breakers are, as opposed to just kind of a mess of wiring. So we've got everything labeled, we know what everything is, and that's kind of helpful going forward. I want to show you inside the back area of the helm here. Get the light up top here. Back side of the 8212, the area to your right of the picture there, that's the extension of our NEMA 2000 backbone, which also extends down here. We have quite an extensive NEMA 2000 backbone here. It's an ActiSense QPD1, provides additional power for the NEMA 2000 backbone because we've got so many things connected to it. Right there is a Garmin GCV10. It's just for his sounder. And then to the left of that device right there that you're seeing, that's a Meteor 300, Garmin Meteor 300 for his audio system. And again, if you'll notice down here, you can see that we've got little tags on everything saying what's what, so that, you know, going forward, we don't have any problems with identifying, you know, components or wiring. Got some more things down here that I'd like you to see. In here, we've got the hydraulic pump for the autopilot that we installed. That is the subwoofer amp, the JL subwoofer amp that we have down here. Also right up here, we've got the autopilot controller. Got a little dirty there when they were doing the final wash on the boat, but everything checked out fine. So just have to wipe that off. And that's about it there. We have another amplifier down here. I'll show you that. That amplifier is for the 6.5-inch speakers, the torpedo cans, as well as we've got new 6.5 inches there. You can see them where the lights are. 6.5-inch speakers there, in addition to the 10-inch JL audio speakers. Those have been replaced as well. And I'll show you forward here. We also have new 6.5-inch Polk audio speakers on the forward part of the hardtop. We also went ahead and replaced all of the lighting in the boat with LED lighting, to kind of bring that up to speed a little bit. So this is kind of the final look here on the 35 2006 Whaler. Turned out really quite impressive. The owner's very happy. The electronics box over top, that has actually nothing in it. There used to be some gear up there, but there was really no need to have anything up there anymore. So that's just a storage space, if you will. So everything is easily within reach and worked out quite well. So as always, if you'd like to get in touch with us, probably the best way is via email at southshoremarineelectronics@oh.rr.com. Our telephone 216-407-6553. And appreciate you watching, and give us a call if we can help you with electronics on your boat. Thank you very much for watching.